Gonna go over some news. Let's take a look here. I'm logging in to Twitch. Or Twitter, sorry. We like video games. We like the PlayStation 5. We like Call of Duty. We like gaming influencers. Some PlayStation, some esports. Game development. We like Rainbow Six. We like Apex. Down with the 100 Thieves. Nate Shot's my dude. Okay, not really. I don't know him. Never met him. He's cool though. Sure, I like Activision News. PC gaming, 100% Optic. Green wall, baby. Call of Duty League, Last of Us. Just selecting a few things. Try to get some interesting suggestions, I guess. Definitely some tech news, programming. Alright, that's good enough. There's a few random suggestions. Sure, follow some of these people. It's a good start. Biden, huh? What's up, dude? Sorry, I probably should have done all this before. I mean, I'll follow some of these other ones later on. I don't. Black Ops Cold War is the greatest video game of our generation. We should all bow to its feet. We are not worthy of it. So that's the stupidest take I've seen ever, because that game sucks. It's a good campaign. Terrible multiplayer. Horrible. There's a reason why they were building a brand new map for Warzone based on that engine, and they made it a game mode within Cold War instead and didn't integrate it into Warzone and then threw it away because the engine was trash compared to Modern Warfare 2019. And that's why Vanguard is running on an advanced version of Modern Warfare 2019 and not the new Cold War engine. Yeah, who hacked your account? Exactly. Clearly a joke. The game's terrible. I regret wasting $60 on it. I agree. Thank you for clearing that up. Alright, so Nirvana. I wanted to start here. The man whose baby portrait was used in the cover of Nirvana's Nevermind album has filed a lawsuit against the rock band alleging sexual exploitation of his image. Now, within the United States, a nude photograph of like a toddler in a non-sexual exploitive manner is not generally considered child pornography. It's not considered that, right? However, he's alleging that because they superimposed the dollar bill and he's like, floating towards it or whatever. Right here, you can see it. It's blocked out. You can see the dollar bill. They superimposed this dollar bill after the fact, right? And so now he's alleging that right there is what makes it become exploitation of a spicy nature, we'll just say. So, with that being said, he's attempting to get some money out of this, and again, I don't know, maybe he does feel cheated, because, we can go here, go to GQ magazine. What was his name again? Shane Edelson or something? Spencer Eldon. Okay, Spencer Eldon. Did you bring that up? I know there's a GQ magazine story. Here it is. The cover star baby of Nirvana's Nevermind album 25 years later. So this was done in 2016. So almost 5 years ago now. As Nirvana's seminal album marks its quarter century, we talked to cover star Spencer Eldon. In 1991, Spencer Eldon's parents tossed their 4-month-old into a pool, had a photo taken of the result, and walked away with $200. Not bad for a few minutes' work, but that image ended up on the cover of Nevermind, the sophomore album of Seattle grunge band Nirvana, that would go on to sell millions of copies and change the face of music. So therein lies the problem right there. That's what he's upset about. The fact that it went, they sold the image for $200. At that point, you no longer own the rights to the image. So, you want to make money on it because now it became a big deal, but you sold the image, you sold the rights. It's like designing graphics or something, and you create a really cool logo, and Elon Musk ends up buying it. You sold it to like some company that resells it, and you got $500 for your work, and it turns out to become the new Tesla logo or something, and now it's worth like just millions of dollars, and now you're like, oh gee, I can has millions? No, you cannot has. Alright, these days, LA-based Eldon is an accomplished artist. He also holds the rare feat of being seen naked by pretty much every person on the planet. It's true, he does. Still appearing on the cover of one of the greatest albums of all time must be pretty awesome, right? It's effed up, says Eldon. of the fact that people are still talking about it 25 years later. I'm angry about it, to be honest. When did you realize being the Nirvana baby was such a big deal? I've been going through it my whole life, but recently I've been thinking, what if I wasn't okay with my male parts being shown to everybody? I didn't really have a choice. In the past, you said it was cool, so when did that change? Just a few months ago, when I was reaching out to Nirvana to see if they wanted to be a part of my art show, I was getting referred to their managers and their lawyers. Why am I still on their cover if I'm not that big of a deal? Man. Why'd you reach out to them? I was trying to do an art show with the photographer who took the picture. I was asking if they wanted to put a piece of art in the thing. So it seems like he's really upset that they didn't want anything to do with him, like, to do his art show or whatever. And now you also got to understand that they just announced, just a few days ago, right here, this is because Nirvana was about to be making headlines. Look at this. August 23rd, 2 days ago, Nirvana is back. 27 years later, coming soon. So, Nirvana is about to be making headlines. Like, they're coming back, right? They're going to be touring, all this stuff. Obviously, without Kurt, they're going to have to get a new vocalist. That goes without saying. Nonetheless, curious timing on his lawsuit is all I'm saying. Anyways, he says he's up. He's happy that it was something like Nirvana and not something like the Backstreet Boys or Nickelback. They asked him if it was a good conversation starter. He says he doesn't bring it up. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't ever brag. It's never really been a huge bragging right because I don't have much to show for it. Never a huge bragging right? But hold on. Wait for it. Weird. Here you are. Recreating it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5. Count it 5. Meet the baby suing Nirvana. That's funny. So it's not like you're getting royalties or anything. No way, not at all. Has it affected your relationship at all? Totally. Everyone thinks you're making money from it. You'll hook up with a hot chick and then figure out that you're not making any money from it, and then they're going to dump you. You have these people who think you're cool because you're the Nirvana baby. But it's weird, man. It's like that dream where you go to school without your clothes on. So, essentially, it seems his motivation is money here. Not so much damages or being hurt or sad or upset that he's been shown on this cover. That's my take. That's my take. I think he's just, he noticed they announced they're coming back for 2022. They're going to be touring soon. They're going to be making headlines. And what better way? You go on Google right now. You go on Twitter. You type in Nirvana, and you see Spencer Eldon. You don't see Nirvana 2022 new tour, all this stuff. So, hey, man. Yeah, I can't tell you how this guy really feels. Just my opinion, I guess. So, interesting. Interesting nonetheless. Let's see what else we got going on today that we can drum up. Suspended. Who's suspended? Oh, yeah. This is definitely the next thing I wanted to talk about anyways. OnlyFans has suspended its ban on spicy content. That was a quick turnaround. Let's go ahead and Gadget has to say. That was a very, very quick turnaround. The service says it has assurances that will help it avoid the ban. OnlyFans' upcoming ban on spicy material appears to be over before it even began. The company said it had suspended its planned October 1st change after having secured assurances needed to support its existing creator base. The exact situation isn't clear. We've reached out for comment, but it appears the adult-only content is safe for now. The statement suggests that OnlyFans has triumphed at least momentarily in its fight against big banks. I don't think they were ever in a fight against big banks because, you know, MasterCard and them came out and said that they weren't even... that they weren't even pushing for any of this, you know? They said they didn't... that this was all OnlyFans, nothing to do with them. So, whatever. Nonetheless, I really think that was an OnlyFans call. I think because apparently they never wanted to get into that line of work anyways. Like that was not what they were created for. Apparently, like again, I don't know. I don't go there. I don't know anything about it. I really don't. But they say the creator, I guess, was on record saying something along the lines of like, "This is not even why we were created" or something. But it took on a whole life of its own. I think they were trying to get out of it. I think they made that call. I think people got angry. I think they decided to blame MasterCard. MasterCard came out and said, no, you're not blaming us. And now I think they're like, okay, well, guess what? We're not going to ban you now. Let's take a look, see if we can't find any more information about that. So Newsweek, 5 days ago. I want to find something about the MasterCard statement. Because I know MasterCard came out with like a counter. In April, MasterCard announced a change to their policy which requires the banks that connect merchants to our network to certify that the seller of adult content has effective controls in place to monitor, block, and, where necessary, take down all illegal content. Okay, I mean, that's fair. They want to make sure that they have control, so put those controls in place. If OnlyFans doesn't have those controls, put them in place, because you're making billions with a B. Not millions. Billions. Hold on. Let's say it louder for the people in the back here. Billions! 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 With a B. With a B. With a B. So I think... I just going off the top of my head here, I really think you can afford to go ahead and put some controls in place then to make sure that you are blocking and, where necessary, taking down any illegal content. So for them, again, this is not my opinion on the matter about like, oh, this is a good thing that they're doing it or this is a bad thing. I am not touching that. I am just saying that when you are a billion-dollar company and you're making that type of money hand over fist, you should be able to instead of like completely reversing the basis of your company, you should just put in solutions to take down illegal content. I think that's fair enough. These changes are to come into fruition October 15th, include age and identity verification. Okay, interesting. So maybe MasterCard behind the scenes has more to do with it than what they say, because they're saying publicly that no, they're not the reason behind it. Wow, man, how many pop-ups you gotta have? So the word MasterCard doesn't even appear in this article. Great. Let's try that one more time just to be sure. There we go. It was not right here. Seth Eisen, a spokesman for MasterCard, told CNN Business it was not involved in OnlyFans' decision to restrict the content it would allow on the platform. It's a decision that they came to themselves. Now, after the story initially ran, CEO Tim Stokely blamed banks such as Bank of New York for the company's decision. But I mean, behind the scenes, it does seem like MasterCard is definitely taking a stand to make sure that certain things are in place or they won't process payments. And it's a scary thing, man. Not just for OnlyFans. Like, forget all that, right? You know, there's individuals that have been targeted by Visa or MasterCard, and you know they won't process payments for them. They can't bank or things along those lines. Like, if they think you're radical in any way, leaning towards one political, political side or the other, they can, and if they don't like it, they can they can really shut one person down or an organization, and that is definitely a scary thought because more and more money's going digital. Anyways, obviously cryptocurrency kind of changes things a little bit, but just talking general money right now and the digital aspect of it and processing it through different things, these companies that have the ability to put a stranglehold on one person's ability to make a living just because they don't like the content they're putting out. If it's not illegal in nature, I just don't think it's anybody's concern, and I'll just leave it at that. But you don't have to like it, you don't have to support it, you don't have to pay for it, you don't have to do anything. But you shouldn't be able to stop those that do like it, that do want to pay for it.
Are you going to get any sleep?
Alright. Nothing like people interrupting. Oh, that was just lovely. Tried to mute it, but you might still hear it because webcam also has a mic, and I don't know which one it picks up off of, so there you go. Sorry about that. Pentagon discloses that the U.S. military used a helicopter at night to bring some evacuees, numbering fewer than 20, into the Kabul airport.
There was an operation to be able to go out and safely evacuate evacuees back into Kabul. They were at H. Kaya, and they're safely there, preparing to be evacuated.
So when you said, was it in Kabul and then they brought them into the airport, or was it?
It was outside of the airfield, in a way that, and we were able to bring them back to Kabul safely, and they are preparing for evacuation.
Put it back to the airport.
To the airport, yeah.
It was inside Kabul, David.
Was that a helicopter operation?
It was.
Can you tell us how many?
We're not going to provide specific details. Less than 20.
Less than 20.
Less than 20. I'm not going to provide additional details.
So,
Have there been any air extractions in Kabul, any additional ones since the two that you guys have told us about? And have there been any efforts outside of Kabul to extract Americans and at-risk Afghans?
Yeah, so last night, during the period of darkness, there was an operation to be able to go out and safely evacuate evacuees back into Kabul. They were at H. Kaya, and they're safely there, preparing to be evacuated.
Music trending COVID-22. Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna touch this. I don't think this is, I don't think that's allowed on, like, Twitch or something, so. Oh, God. The things people come up with, man. Alright, what else we got? Why is everything... God, I don't know if I can even talk about that, man. Leah. Man, that was a, it's been 20 years, man. That's crazy. It's 2001, huh? Yeah, it's a crazy situation. That's always sad, man. Young, promising superstar on top of the world dies in a plane crash. It's like Buddy Holly and Richie Valens or something, you know? Another, just two people on top of the world taken in, you know, in like a freak accident, plane crash type of situation. Crazy. Selena's another one, you know, shot and killed. It's the top of her career. Okay, well, not gonna read that. Alright, what else we got? But yeah, R.I.P. Aaliyah, 20 years, man, that's nuts. On this day, 2018, John McCain, 3 years, huh? Everything's pretty much related to CB-19, you know? You know where I like to get news from? Fork.com. University of Wisconsin fires professor for not wearing mask. Everything is related to CV-19. There's nothing that's not. Okay. Dozens of California students and parents stranded in Afghanistan after summer trip abroad. In other news, families were booking summer trips to Afghanistan. Interesting. Man, it sucks that they're stranded there, regardless of why they're there. And that it's no one else's concern why why they went. They went there. We need to get them out. OnlyFans, just kidding. We already went over that a little bit, but that's funny. See how it has categories here, like dumbass and interesting and sick. There's one that's literally titled Florida that you can find. If you've never seen this website, there we go, Florida. That's some fine police work there, Lou. Let's see what we got here from Florida. Dope! Simpsons fan facing drug charges. 2 Simpsons fans are facing narcotics charges after a traffic stop Saturday afternoon in Florida yielded an assortment of drugs from inside the duo's vehicle. Police say that Milton Gardner, 36, was behind the wheel of a Chevrolet Equinox that was pulled over on an Orlando street by sheriff's deputies who reported that the vehicle smelled of marijuana. Seated next to Gardner was Destiny Jackson, 22. Okay, so they find some drugs. When the pair was busted, they were wearing identical shirts featuring the Simpsons family members Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Nice. So they're Simpsons fans, man. That's a dope t-shirt, for one. I don't know why this article's hating. I like the shirt. No, drunk driver, spraying Axe body spray in your mouth will not fool the police. That's terrible, man. In an apparent bid to mask the odor of booze on his breath, a suspected drunk driver was spraying Axe body spray in his mouth. He was pulled over Saturday afternoon, because he was spotted speeding and swerving. Surrounded by empty Corona Extra beer cans. And he was also spraying Axe body spray into his mouth. Charged with drunk driving, driving without a license, driving without insurance, and carrying an open container of alcohol. Nice. What a day. Alright, anyways. So I just wanted to find a Florida one, but what else we got here? Yeah, you're doing that. That's one I wanted to read. We'll talk about Jerry Jones here. Jerry Jones on his team getting vaccinated. I'm a big Cowboys fan, so. Jerry Jones says, everyone has a right to make their own decisions regarding their health and their body. I believe in that completely. Until your decision as to yourself impacts negatively many others, we have got to check I at the door and go forward with we. And you have a lot of people that are mixed on this. $1,110 milligrams of sodium on a McGriddle simply isn't enough for me, which is why I choose to add salt, he added. If you watch a few of his recent interviews, he's like on like a business call and he's eating a McGriddle and he's just dumping salt on it. Jerry Jones, man. Yeah, I just wanted to read that. I'm not going to comment on it, so that way, you know, it's one of them situations where it's 50-50 people. Some people believe this, and people believe that, and yeah, just putting it out there. It's in the news, so. I might read this. You're allowed to send human feces and blood through the mail, but not like this. Shocking. Knoxville, Tennessee, on August 23rd. Somebody, 37 years old, pleaded guilty before the United States Magistrate Judge H. Bruce Guyton to 2 counts of sending biohazardous material. This is on justice.gov. Sending biohazardous materials through the United States mail. 2-year sentence of probation. She mailed a package containing feces and I think blood to her husband's ex-wife. She obtained human blood from a patient during her regular duties as a registered nurse and placed that patient's blood on a napkin, which she then mailed to the same victim. So 2 separate packages, one containing feces, one containing human blood. I don't understand why you would do that. You know, you might be in a new relationship or married and you have like the ex causing problems or still in love with your current husband or something. I don't know, but I don't think that's how you resolve that. I don't. Man, the news is crazy, man. Let's go with some older headlines. So this is my first time ever really just going through and doing it just chatting, and I figured reading news and talking about it would be fun. Need to get a little more feedback and get more people interested, so that's going to take some time, but I'm going to do it. See how it works out and see if we get a few people that bring up, interesting counterpoints or want to talk about certain things. But I think next time I'm going to go ahead and have articles ready instead of trying to find them, because there's so many that I don't think you can touch on Twitch. Just don't think you can. Is that what they said? Taliban tell Afghan women to stay home from work because soldiers are not trained to respect them.
Does anyone on board know how to...
I want to see what they said. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick and choose. A lot of them are just either too political or too. I actually want to watch this. Airing September 5th, huh? It's coming up, man. The 20-year anniversary. That's crazy.
This is bad.
There were two planes. I saw the second one hit.
It's like the world just stopped.
CNN Films presents 9/11, Sunday, September 5th at 8 on CNN.
Yeah, I actually want to see that. That's almost every year I go down a rabbit hole of 9/11 stuff. Just try to remember what happened on that day. And yeah, man, it's crazy, especially with the whole thing going on in Afghanistan right now. Yeah, man. 20 years, dude. 20 years. Anyways, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna try this again, but I'm gonna go through, maybe even later today, actually. But I'm gonna find some articles to talk about, because too much time spent trying to find them and then not knowing if I could talk about it or not. Gotta be careful. So we'll give it some time for some new news to come about. I'll have like a top 10 things I want to talk about or something like that, and we'll go from there. I'm going to end it there. Have a